Here we are in Costa Rica. Doingy, doingy, doingy. This is a rainforest. The ugliest chicken ever in the entire world. Here we are on our first stop on our way to the volcano, Arenal, and we're at a garden with all these bush sculpture thingies. Check it out. Big waterfall, La Fortuna. Big fin. We're in the Hanging Bridge Garden or something in the Lost Iguana, and we're about to enter the first bridge behind us. I'll give you some shots as we go through. So.
Such a shame to let this go to waste. Time left here for saving face. We tried to put a bandage on these years. I know this isn't what you want to hear.
What do you think?
Good.
You think good?
Yeah.
It's day number 3. We are at the Los Heroes Hotel here in Costa Rica. It kind of looks like Switzerland, actually. And we're about ready to take a train ride to see the Alps. I guess that's in Switzerland. The Costa Rican Alps, which are called the Kralps. I hear the train's really fast. We're booking along at 3 kilometers an hour. As you can see, you can barely keep up with us outside to see what's going on. It's flashing by so fast. Well, that means we'll go exactly 1 mile in about an hour. We are now in the Spindle top of the mountain, the Swiss Alps. As you remember, we call it the Alps. I don't know if you can see the background behind me, but we are moving. We are at the Hotel Canas, something like that, in the town of Canas. And by the way, Feliz Navidad. That's right, it's December 25th. Can you see it? December 25, 12/25. So Merry Christmas to all you guys. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Daniel climbing with the monkeys. We're about ready to have a Costa Rican experience called a pipa.
My grandfather restarted the business here, and I continue, you know, to make cigars.
Okay, gather around, boys, and I'll tell you how it's done.
Well, I'm a sucker for fine Cuban cigars. The problem is I can't afford them. But last year I went and got myself a whole box.
So you want to come down here? Will you hire me?
I insured them. I took out a policy against fire and theft, and then I hurried on home. And with a 50-cent lighter I sat on my back steps and I smoked them one by one. 2 weeks later I went to see that insurance man, and I handed in my claim. With a straight face I told him that through a series of small fires they'd all gone up in flames. They reviewed my case and they had no choice but to pay me for what I'd done. I took that check, bought a whole new box, and I smoked them one by one.
Makes me want to cry.
That's my favorite.
Es una belleza, pero huele feo.
This is the longest suspension bridge in Costa Rica. The end. We're on the other side, and now we're in the rainforest. We have trekked through the rainforest and we have made it to the chocolate plantation, where you are going to see how they make chocolate. Daniel's gonna cut down that chocolate. Come on, Daniel, son.
All right.
This is mine. I own it.
And now we need to open this. How will you open this? need just first to ferment those seeds here. Like use like more. And just with the sunlight they get dry, right? Those are now dry. But as you can see, it's kind of difficult to take out the skin, right? That's why we need to roast the beans.
Roasted bean. Bitter. Well, good.
Okay.
Gonna make cocoa
This
soon.
color. Finally, cacao.
Everybody saying chocolate.
The finished product. Very good. Very good. I feel like a king. I've never had chunky hot chocolate though. Chunky.
Everybody saying chocolate.
Mom, you like that chocolate?
Rabbit, would a rabbit be better?
It's all over your face.
More difficult to capture. Yeah. Well, it was a little bit more
Still there.
than 60 beans. How much do you think was
Cacao. Oh, no calories. Good for your heart. Doesn't cause acne. Does it get any better than chocolate? We are in the waterfall gardens where they grow waterfalls here in Costa Rica. So we're going to check out a couple of those and see how they compare to some of the other waterfalls grown elsewhere.
I turn the music up, I got my records on. From underneath the rubble, sing a random song. Don't wanna see another generation drop. I'd rather be a comma than a full stop. Maybe I'm in the back, maybe I'm on my knees. Maybe I'm in the gap between the two trapezes. But my heart is beating and my pulse is starting. Cathedrals in my heart, a sweet song. This night, I swear you, it looks beginning to tell me it's alright. A sweet song. Every sound is a symphony, and it's a waterfall. It's a waterfall. It's a
Well, at the conclusion of the waterfall gardens, it appears that the Costa Ricans really do know how to grow their waterfalls.
Way down among
Costa Rica.
coffee beans grow by the billions, so they've got to find those extra cups to fill.
We're gonna go on a coffee tour and see how they make coffee.
You can't get cherry soda, 'cause they've got to sell their quota. And the way things are, I guess they never will. They've got a zillion tons of coffee and
Costa Rica.
no tea or tomato juice. You'll see no potato juice, 'cause the planters down in Sanders all say no, no, no. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They got an awful lot of coffee in
Costa Rica.
And when their ham and eggs need savor, coffee ketchup gives them flavor.
Basically with the big finger.
Way outsell the dill.
go
Why
in
they
between.
put coffee in the coffee and
You live there. I picked a couple of ringlets.
These are the old coffee plants. This is their last year of being used before they're cut down and turned into fuel.
Yes, when they have a chance to, because sometimes
It's sad, isn't it?
it is not possible.
Coffee comes from the field, it gets poured into this vat here, and then it drops down into this where it's filled with water. And the good coffee goes down and then goes through a hole and into the plants. That's the separator. It takes the cherry and it takes the peel off so that the bean only gets passed down to the next machine where it separates the good cherries from the bad. And then those are sent through there down to these vats over here, where they ferment for 30 to 40 hours. Then it is sent down a little canal there to go outside and be sun-dried. If it's a cheaper coffee, it goes to these machines right here. Cheap coffee being dried inside. Expensive coffee being dried outside. After the coffee is dried, it is then packaged up and sent to the respective companies to roast. Now, the coffee bean is not completely peeled yet, even though it looks like it. There's still another shell on top of it. And then they send 90% of this stuff to Starbucks. It's a lot of coffee. This is what your coffee goes through before it goes in your mouth. I think she lost a shoe. Oh well, someone will brew it. Well, here's the coffee.
Okay. It's snowing coffee.
I might be drinking this tomorrow. Coffee's sun-dried for 5 days and flipped and turned every 45 minutes. So it takes 5 days to dry this in the sun before it gets sacked up and shipped to the roasting company. In the roasting process, the lighter the coffee bean, the milder the taste and the less time that they roast it. The darker, the longer they roast it. So espresso is roasted the longest, and that's roasted 20 minutes. That's the finished product. Ready for the cup, ready for the mouth. Cheers. This tastes like juice. Adios, amigos and amigas. I don't even know if that's right. But it's been fun. Real fun. Real fun.